This is an Off the Tongue podcast.
I lived it.
Then we're going to be the old dads being like, that's not what f***ing happened. Let me tell you the real story.
You damn right we're going to be the ones.
Yeah, but then they're going to fail tests because they're going to put your conspiracy theories on their history test, bro.
Bro, think about it.
All right, we're in. We're going. Start it.
Oh
Start
my
the
God.
timer.
So think about it.
All right, yeah, we're thinking
First
about
and
it.
foremost,
We are recording, by the way. This
Yes.
topic is starting because
we are. First
we're
and
recording on
foremost,
Saturday,
condolences to anybody affected
9/11.
by 9/11.
Yes. 21 years ago today.
21 years. Cheers, because you can have a beer 9/11.
Yes. Oh, you stole my joke,
I
dude.
didn't.
You stole my
You
freaking
didn't-
joke.
You didn't say it. But no, it's crazy because when you think about it, first off, I never really paid attention to history. I was only good at math with school. But think about it, like, we lived that shit. We lived
Right.
9/11. We
Right.
were in school when it happened. We were just talking about it. I was in middle school. You were, what, turning 10?
Yeah, I was like a month away from being 10.
Yeah.
2 months.
Yeah.
Whatever.
So we were in school because Danielle brought it up too.
3 months. It's 3 months.
Went into class. People were talking about, like, hey, some shit's going down. Like, we didn't really know what the fuck was going on.
Right.
But it's crazy to think, like, my child is learning about stuff like that right now in history books.
Yeah,
like
yeah.
in
We just
books in school.
We just said that anybody that's 21 years or under learned about 9/11 in school.
In school.
That's crazy.
It's so crazy.
And by the time they learned about it, they were probably, I mean, I would guess maybe 7, 8, 9 years old. You're not learning about that in like kindergarten and shit,
Right.
You know. So, well, I mean, it is kind of a holiday type.
It is.
Is it a holiday now? What is it?
I don't know if it's a holiday.
It's
definitely like a memorable day.
But Memorial Day, Memorial Day is a holiday.
Yeah, for the isn't that no? That's Veterans Day.
But it's like the same idea. Those are
Kind of,
holidays.
yeah.
Would this be like a remembrance holiday?
I think so.
I think holiday is the wrong word.
I mean, we still go to
But-
work for it, so it's not like one of those.
That's true.
You don't get technically like a floating holiday for it if
Right.
you work it. You know what I'm saying? Like you don't.
Fair
It's not
point.
one of those.
Fair
So
point.
no, I wouldn't consider it a holiday when it comes to that.
You're right. I'm an idiot.
Um,
Keep going.
I got you. See, I'm gonna carry this like
Okay,
you
all right.
told me to before.
All right, let's go.
But it just blows my mind, bro. That
Yeah.
that they do. That they're
Well-
learning about that stuff, which is kind of cool because I remember I probably didn't pay attention in history because
Yeah.
I didn't care about the shit they were talking about.
Not at all.
Because I mean, the Civil War may have affected how I grown up and like my generation or my
Right.
family and stuff like that, but it never impacted me,
Right.
so I didn't really care about it.
Yeah. Not at all. But like, so they're learning about that. Like, there was the market crash
Yep.
in like what was that? 2007, 8, 9
Something-
ish, somewhere
yeah.
around there. There was that. There's the pandemic. Like, dude, imagine these. I mean, last 25 years. Let's go back to what 97.
Mm-hmm.
You know, with the new millennia or whatever the fuck it's called or whatever.
Yeah.
I just know.
I don't follow that.
I
shit.
just know Backstreet Boys had a great album called Millennium.
Millennium.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it
run
was
it.
fire. It was
Run
an
it.
icy front cover.
It was.
But between the internet really starting up, really kind of late
you
90s.
got mail.
Yeah, all that. 9/11, the market crash, the pandemic.
A lot of it.
I mean, there's a ton of stuff that probably happened between 2010 and 2020 that I'm not thinking of.
Mm-hmm.
But like this 25 years in history books is going to be nuts, dude.
Insane.
Especially the last like 3 or 4.
And it'll be dope
With
too
the
because
riots, with the storm in the Capitol,
Yeah.
with the pandemic,
Yeah.
Dude, that's all been in the last 2.5 years.
And trust and believe when I say this, nothing about this is dope, right?
No.
But
Well.
the one dope thing, because I'm a very optimistic person,
Okay.
right? I'll be able to help my kids in history.
I was there, bitch.
I lived
I
lived it.
Then we're going to be the old dads being like, that's not what fucking happened. Let me tell you the real story.
You damn right we're going to be the ones.
Yeah, but then they're going to fail tests because they're going to put your conspiracy theories on their history test, bro.
Okay, I should probably calm it down.
Dude.
Okay, you're
Leave
right.
the conspiracies for this show, which your kids are not allowed to watch. Let's be clear. Let's be clear of that.
That's right.
It's probably a given. I don't think we've ever stated that, but
no, there's
kids should probably not be
this is
tuning
definitely
in.
A rated M.
Rated, yeah,
because
NC-17, bro.
No,
wasn't that a rating for a while?
Yeah, it was a rating for a while.
It was like 5 years, and then it went away. Because
Which I don't understand.
Well,
anyway.
I think R became 17, right? They just kind of merged it because wasn't there NC-17 and R?
Is R17?
It was when we were kids.
I wonder if it is.
Because when I turned 17, I went and watched.
It's probably 21 now.
It probably is.
Because cigarettes, alcohol, everything else here is.
Little idiot dumb bitches.
So might as well fucking rated R.
We don't trust you to watch The Strangers until you're 21.
But I mean,
which is good because you will have nightmares even if you're 17.
It's true.
Even though I don't think Strangers was rated R, but
what, Strangers?
Whatever. Yeah, I don't think it was actually.
No, it was like a PG-13.
Right, but it was
just
fucking
creepy,
scary,
dude.
Yeah, dude.
Creepy.
Yeah.
You know what I have been? Me and Danielle did start watching.
What?
You were about to get into something, weren't you?
I was just gonna say it was one of the most embarrassing moments of my life.
And I don't want to miss this.
When I was a teenager, because we were watching Strangers with my bitch, right?
Okay.
You know, and I was on a double date with my bitch and my other main bitch, which is Jerry.
And then his
Jack bitch.
and Jill?
Yeah, well.
Those were your main bitches?
Nah, bro.
Gotcha.
I did take two women to the same prom named Chelsea.
At the same time?
Yep. Got pictures and all.
Did you call it thing one, thing two?
No, I called them bitches, bro. No, but during The Strangers, one of my most embarrassing moments, God damn, I can't fucking talk today, is when she was running from the house to the shed in the back or the barn or whatever the fuck it was back there, and she's running, and she trips over the root and rolls her ankle or whatever. When she kicks the root, the fucking sound goes poof, and I fucking jumped at this bitch just tripping.
Kicking the root.
Yeah, and everybody made fun of me. And it sucked.
Out of that whole movie, that's what got you to jump, probably.
Well, I jumped a lot.
Yeah.
Well, not really because I had my eyes closed a lot. But
yeah. And that's, I think that'd be the most creepy. I would rather somebody just come into my house and just kill me if they're going to do it. I wouldn't want somebody to be playing the fucking games that they played in that movie because that's the most terrifying thing ever.
I don't know, man. Like, I don't even remember it at this point, but it's like, just shoot them.
I'm pretty sure they probably tried.
Right.
They didn't have a gun.
That's weird. But yeah, it was the scariest movie. What'd you guys start watching, bro?
The Devil in Ohio.
Okay, I've heard of it. What is...
Well, first off, I really was just intrigued because it's Devil in Ohio.
Is this the guy that was like the Nazi or whatever?
I don't know if he was a Nazi.
There's a guy...
I'm like 5 episodes in, so I'm kind of...
No,
he's not a Nazi.
There was a guy...
It's more of a cult.
There was a guy in Ohio that was like a Nazi way back in the day, and he like escaped from war crimes or whatever, and they found him somewhere in Ohio. I'll look this up here in a minute. Oh, no, that's
not about that.
Right, but there is a documentary about it, and he was a Nazi with one of the lead Nazis or whatever, and he's been living in this area in Ohio, and all the neighbors were like, there's no way he's the nicest guy.
Yeah.
But he's been a fucking...
Like a Jeffrey Dahmer?
Yeah. No, well, I mean... Of Nazi, of Jewish people, I guess. But
I feel you.
Yeah, it's crazy. But what's this about?
No, I mean it's you said you're looking it up.
Yeah.
So no, it's just about like a cult essentially, I guess. And a chick runs away from the cult, and then some crazy shit starts happening. With it. You know, I don't want to get too far into it because I'm only season 5 or episode 5.
Okay.
But
how many episodes is it?
It's a limited series, so I don't know. I haven't even checked.
Wait, is this a documentary or is this fiction?
Well, that's what I was thinking too. I looked it up because I was like, I wonder if this is true.
The reason I thought of this is because this Netflix doc is called The Devil Next Door.
The Devil Next Door. Got you.
That's right.
But they said that it's based off of some, I think, facts or stories or theories or whatever, which is probably also why I'm intrigued with it because it's probably based off conspiracies. But they said the cult thing that, when I read up on it, the cult thing, they took, like, it's a far-fetched, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's not, like, truly how the shit went down.
Right.
Type thing. But
it's one of those based on real events or whatever.
Or something like that. But it's kind of cool because it makes you think, like, I guarantee there's some shit like that.
Yeah.
And then, like, the way that it all, like, plays out, at least where I'm at in it now, it's like, okay, this is kind of cool, like, how this shit's set up. I'm always intrigued by shit like that, too. Like, again, I'm not intrigued by the whole cult situation. I'm just intrigued on how shit's organized and works and
I
how
like,
it plays out. And
me and BJ talk about Time Suck a lot, which is a podcast that we listen to. But they do a lot of cult stuff, like diving into cults and how it got started and how they convince people to do certain things. And the mindset of a cult's crazy.
I think that's what it is. I'm intrigued with mindsets, not the actual fucking thing, because, like, cults are creepy as shit. Don't get me wrong. Like,
But then we're not going to get into this, but once you get into the mindset of cults, you realize other things that are currently happening may or may not be cults as well.
Exactly.
And then you're like, oh,
and that's
fuck.
And then you're like,
oh, God damn it, what's going on here?
That's the other difficult thing about being so
intrigued. And that's not
intrigued.
a conspiracy theory.
It's
that's
not.
real.
It's about, that's the other scary thing about being intrigued
you
about
start
shit
to see
like
it
that.
in other shit.
Yeah, you do.
Yeah.
And it's like, okay, is my mind playing tricks on me? Is this real life? This is real life. It's not my mind. What's going on?
You go over things like 30 times and you're like, wait, but does this actually line up? And you're like, it kind of fucking lines up pretty goddamn good.
It's going to go on
and there's
this
a lot
side
of
it.
brainwashing children who just like don't know what's going on. And like,
So I told Danielle pretty much moral of the story is next year we're taking a trip to Ammon, wherever it's at.
Amityville?
No. Ammon County?
Oh, I don't know what that is. Amen County?
No, it's wherever the fuck this place takes place at.
Oh, okay.
This place takes place at
whatever.
This one takes place at Ammon County or something like that.
Dude, this doc, it was called The Devil Next Door. It said a Cleveland grandfather is brought to trial in Israel, accused of being the infamous Nazi death camp guard known as Ivan the Terrible.
That's pretty dope.
Yeah.
Okay.
And apparently, I didn't watch it, but apparently, like everybody was like, he's fucking great.
Yeah. Did you have Weeds on there?
Have
you ever watched Weeds?
I watched a little bit just because my ex watched it. So I watched one of the seasons because it was new. Yeah. And I liked it, but I don't know all the backstory.
I remember when it came out like on DVD, like when it was like what on was it HBO or Stars or some shit like that?
Maybe Showtime.
So I think I have like
I think HBO.
I think I have like season 1 through 6 on DVD still.
Nice.
And I don't even think me and Danielle have watched 1 through like the whole thing yet.
It's pretty good what I saw, but
it was pretty good, but we just never like stayed into it.
Yeah, that's a massive commitment. Like
it is a massive,
especially
one.
Like I mean, obviously I'm not we talked about it a million times. I'm not much of a movie guy, kind of things like that. But like even 5 years ago, like something like that, if I was really interested in, I would sit down. Yeah. Like I watched Dexter, I watched all those, I watched all of Breaking Bad.
Love Breaking Bad.
Certain things like that.
Still pissed at the movie.
But like now, I see that and I'm like, I'm not even gonna fucking try. Yeah. Like it's just out the door where it's like catching up on 6 seasons, dude. There's no way.
It's tough.
Like I'm watching one episode every 3 days.
Hey, see,
I have a 4-year-old that lives with me.
I watch like 2 at night.
Yeah, but I'd rather
And it depends on what it is, because I got into Manifest too on Netflix.
Because I'm usually like
pretty good.
Watching other like comedy or UFC stuff or whatever. Like
you got to watch it because you're not funny.
And then we're gaming a little bit and shit, dude. If you want to talk about being funny, tell the people about when I went on my solo Call of Duty game and was talking to myself.
Oh my god, dude. That was the best. So me and Adam, bro, Adam's picked up the sticks on some Vanguard, and we've been going ham on it.
I've been going ham. You've been going half ham.
Half ham. So
not really. We do be killing it though.
We do. We do. So we got the headsets on, right? We talking and everything. Mine's about to die. So I let my boy over here know, like, hey, I'm gonna be, headsetless for a few rounds while this thing charges up. So he's aware that I'm not talking. So we're still in our party, right? Where it's just us.
It's talking. Just us. The other team can't hear us.
Yeah, nobody else can hear us, so it's just us. So I just turn my headset off and go turn the charger on. So everything then goes to my TV, and I can just hear everything out of my TV. The game, Adam, especially Adam. And while the game is loading, Adam is apparently changing his load up. He is either changing his load up, he's changing his operator, he's changing something. But he is literally going word by word of shit that he's saying. And then if something doesn't make sense, Adam goes, well, that's stupid. Or he's just
I don't even know what I said.
I don't know.
Time.
I don't know verbatim either. But dude, it was fucking hilarious because I'm dying laughing first and foremost downstairs, and I'm just like, he heard me say that I don't have my headset on. He's aware because we've been playing for about an hour and a half right now that it's only us that can hear each other.
And I'm just talking. Then the game loads. And I'm just like commentating like, oh yeah, I got that bitch.
Got him,
like,
got him. And then I'm like,
I just said like random shit too, like, hey, what you think about this or whatever. Like, asking questions like I know you're not gonna answer. And I'm just talking shit for a good like 15 minutes straight. Like, oh bitch, god damn it. Like,
so I
just narrating the whole match.
As soon as I turn my headset back on, I'm just laughing. He's like, I don't know if you heard any of that or not. I'm like, that's why I'm laughing. I heard everything going on. Everything going on.
I was just trying to entertain myself. I knew his headset would be back on in like 5 or 10 minutes. So I was like, I'm just going to keep mine on. And while I have a headset and mic, I can't not talk.
Right.
And I need to entertain myself. I was doing it purely for myself because...
Absolutely.
Because I asked you, I was like, you might not have even been able to hear that.
Oh, I heard
I was just entertaining myself.
Uh-huh.
And I was like, maybe he hears this, maybe he doesn't. Who knows?
Those camping bitches.
Yep.
Just random
I'm
shit.
giving, like, instructions, camping on the right side. Like,
yeah. Like, hey, come over here. Okay.
Right. I'm like, are you behind me? Like, no answer. No answer at all.
Oh, man.
It's great. It's good shit.
Yeah, that shit's fun.
Real quick, we probably should have started the episode with this, but we'll do it now. We got some feedback on a couple episodes recently.
Yeah?
Okay. Now, Mr. Jeremiah was listening to the Alex Jones episode.
Okay.
Okay. Now, this was also the one where we had the current event of the tattoos being framed or whatever.
Oh.
Remember that?
The actual tattoos being framed?
Yeah. The skin.
Yes, I remember this.
So Jerry says...
Unfortunately, thank you for bringing back that memory.
Well, now...
Nightmare.
Now, because this is also
Gave
hilarious.
Me chills, bro.
God damn it. But he says...
Freezing.
Picture this. He says, I love the idea of being in a morgue and asking, yeah, can I get that tribal tattoo in a doggy bag? Hey, can I get that to go? Ugh. Oh, I love it.
God, yes.
I love it.
Ugh.
I love it.
Sick-minded.
And then we had a little bit of feedback from the Teach a Dummy podcast.
All right.
I believe it was BJ. I don't know because it's just signed the Teach a Dummy podcast, so who knows? Let me see. So he does say he thinks Spotify is a good place for people to watch the show. I check it out on Spotify. I can listen while I'm doing stuff and then watch it when I have a second, like kind of like YouTube Premium. But I think he says in here, or maybe we've talked about it elsewhere, but oh yeah, he does right here. It's the same on YouTube Premium, but my free trial ran out. But yeah, so on Spotify, you can listen and watch the episode, and then like if you have to go, you can like lock your phone and it'll keep playing.
Keep playing it.
YouTube obviously won't do that unless you have premium.
Shut it down.
So he's saying he recommends Spotify. All the video episodes are on Spotify as well if you want to check it out there. But he said I'm sure everyone already knows this, but I wouldn't be a dummy if I didn't bring it up. Also, tell Baker conversate is not a word.
Conversate is a word.
He meant converse. And then he said, sometimes I think he's better suited on our show, which is the Teach a Dummy podcast. Now I will say...
That's BJ for sure.
Yeah, probably. I will say BJ here mentioned the Conversate. Jackie, also from the Greener Grass podcast, mentioned the Conversate, word choice. And
what do you guys expect from me?
You know, so I just want to tell you, between those two people and myself who noticed it, we were mid-interview. We were in a good spot. I'm like, all right, man, I could attack you right now, but I won't.
Do it.
No, I'm saying because I was on the Vaughn episode.
Okay.
And I was like, I'm letting that go, bro. But damn, dude. And
shout out Vaughn, by the way.
Shout out Vaughn.
Give me mad props. Sneaking that Ripley's in.
Between myself, BJ, and Jackie, we make up approximately, I would say, 65% of the Off the Tongue podcast network.
Okay.
And what we're saying is this is an intervention. So we would appreciate if, and this is not in his email, this is all me, believe me. We would appreciate if you read a little more.
Now listen.
I'm just kidding.
Listen.
I would never ask that.
I need a raise then. This is something out of my comfort zone.
He does say, keep up the good work. Shout out to Vaughn Doom as well. Great episode.
It's out of my comfort zone.
Yeah, I don't read either. Dude, I was actually mentioning it the other day. Like, I read, there's an old series.
How are you going to say I don't read and then start the next
watch.
fucking sentence off with?
Watch.
I read.
Watch. I read the series Pendragon, which is 10 books, and it's a lot. But aside from that, I literally couldn't name another book that I finished.
I read the shit out of Goosebumps.
I know I read a lot of them, but I don't know if I finished them.
Oh, I did.
I did like the Make Your Own Adventure ones.
Dude, the one where you turn to the page if you wanted to choose that route or whatever?
Yep.
Fuck yes. Yeah. Yes.
Yep.
So I don't know if technically you can consider that finishing a book, but I've done multiple adventure books, dude.
Yeah. That's about as
it's like equivalent to probably 2 books that we've read.
That's basically a maze for a 4-year-old.
Yeah, dude. And if it didn't have pictures, it didn't make sense.
True.
Believe that.
I need to know what the worms look like, Ripley.
That's what I'm talking about, dude. I need to make myself feel better and flip a page after every page. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, for sure.
I can't read 2 pages and then flip.
Right.
No, I need to read a page, look at the picture, flip.
Right.
I feel like it's a good equivalent ratio. You know what I'm saying? Not fucking 2-1. No, I don't.
I love how you're describing about 50% of toddler books. Because the other 50% are a little more complicated than what you're describing.
It's bullshit. And then sometimes they can hit you. Sometimes they can hit you with the picture. You know what I'm saying? Love those.
Oh, the double pick, bro.
Yeah. Now I went to
Double
just preschool.
Yeah, dude. Preschool's all about pictures, bro.
Preschool.
But they got a lot of words, too. Some of them.
Dude.
Dude, I hate...
Plus, screw it. You know what? We still need to make ours.
Oh, man, I forgot.
Stop it.
I forgot we were making a book.
We need to make it.
Do you remember what it was going to be about? I know it was going to be a kid's book.
It's going to be a kid book. It could be about anything, Adam.
Well, no, but it had a theme. It had a theme. We had a theme for it.
Did it?
Yeah.
Rhyme.
Probably.
Yeah, it'll be called Sky.
Why?
I don't fucking know. Because it'll sell. It's a fucking kid book, bro.
Dude, I hate you.
Yeah, it's a kid book.
No, I hate... Dude, so Harper...
You hate that it's right, that it's true, that it's going to be a fucking banger,
We're never doing this, dude.
Whatever,
we're never
dude.
doing it. We commit to so much shit on this show that never gets done.
It's almost Halloween.
Like, at this point...
We should carve pumpkins.
We're not going to do it. I'll tell you right now, we should carve pumpkins.
Okay.
And then let me follow it up with, we're not going to carve pumpkins.
Whatever.
Because we're not going to carve pumpkins.
You know, I took a pumpkin with me one time to go pick out a pumpkin.
You took a pumpkin to pick out a pumpkin?
Yeah.
Quit calling your lady a pumpkin, bro.
No. Listen.
Jokes.
My pumpkin was cut, right? I had a cut pumpkin.
Oh, what? Dude, you were looking up some bullshit earlier. What you got, dude?
So in order to fix it, I had to take it to the pumpkin patch.
Oh, my God. Fucking topical, you bastard. I hate it. That's bad. That is very bad.
Shut up.
No, we were talking about reading, though. I hate... Dude, it's such a bummer. Like, I love reading Harper books to bed, like to sleep. I don't know if that sentence made sense, but whatever. You know what I meant.
Nice try.
You know what I meant. But
I got you. I feel you. I talk like that all the time.
I know. I know you understood. I don't know if the general public did. But we're laying in bed all the time, and she's like, "Will you read me a book?" And I say, "Yeah, go get one." And she has so many books. And dude, I fucking hate when she brings back a book, and I'm like, that bitch looks kind of thick.
Yes.
And then I open it, and it's fucking
huge.
Yeah, like, I'm like, dude, no.
Huge.
So this is what I do. This could be a bad parent thing. I don't know. She's 4. She can't read, right?
So you skip pages, bro.
Skip pages, first of all. Yep, definitely skip pages.
Make up your own words.
And basically, if there's like a paragraph, I might read a paragraph. But if there's more than a paragraph,
yeah,
I read about 3 of those sentences.
Yeah, dude, no, that's parenting.
And then move it on.
That's parenting, bro.
Move on. I'm not reading all this.
Is she happy every night?
Yeah, dude, loves it.
She say shit?
But she is catching on to where we'll read like the same books over and over, right?
Yeah.
Like just because she likes certain ones. And a couple of them are long.
So it's
so she's starting to be like, wait.
That wasn't
What about, yeah.
That didn't happen last time.
She's never said anything, but after like I flipped a page and then read something, I've looked at it, and she's literally like, what is going on here? Like, she's definitely suspicious.
Uh-huh.
But you got to put on a confident face, and they don't know any better.
Yeah, be like, what are you talking about, Harper?
Right. And it's cool what we do, too, because we lay in bed, and then it's obviously dark. So instead of turning, like, all the lights on, we'll get in bed, and then I'll put my phone between us, like, up here by our heads.
Yeah.
And turn the flashlight on.
Oh, okay.
And it just flashes up, and I put the book up there.
And then you can read it.
And read it right there. Yeah, and it's just kind of makes it a cool feel, like in the dark still.
Nice little ambiance.
Yeah, yeah. Instead of turning on a fucking light or whatever.
Yeah.
Or trying to read in the dark. So.
All right, I see it.
Yeah, it's all right. It's all right. She had her first soccer games this week.
Nice.
They were
about
awesome.
to go to one tonight, Sean.
Yeah. It's interesting. I don't necessarily want to get into it too much because I know people don't really care. But we talked about it before the show. But it's just kind of a cool like dad moment where essentially the first game, she literally played like 30 seconds by her own accord. The coach was obviously trying to get her to play, being nice, obviously, and trying to encourage her. But she's really shy sometimes. So she was out there for about 30 seconds, stood still basically, and then ran off. Didn't get back in the game, but still said she had fun.
Yeah.
So, and then that was Thursday. On Saturday, she played for a couple minutes at first, ran off the field again, and then some older kids that were helping with the team convinced her somehow. I don't know. I didn't hear it.
Got her motivated.
Yep, got her back in the game. They walked her back out into the game, and then she played a couple minutes, got subbed out, came back in, played, subbed out, came back in, played. And then the game was over, and it was awesome. Like, it's just, it's cool to see. It's like a proud parent moment.
Oh, it definitely is.
When she's kind of, I guess, getting through something, getting through a challenge where she was embarrassed or shy or whatever.
Gets her out of her comfort zone.
Yeah, and now she's warming up. Yeah, warming up and loving it. And
that's awesome, dude.
She didn't score any. She's I think she is the smallest girl on the team. And there's 2, I think, older girls that are like really good.
Woo!
But she was on the field when they scored twice, so she's telling people that she scored 2 goals.
Yep.
And I'm gonna let her have it.
I mean, it's facts though.
Yeah, she helped.
Yeah.
Yeah, she was there.
There's no I in team.
Right.
Yeah. We're all one.
But yeah, so like you were saying, what did you call it? Like they were bumblebees?
Yeah,
or
it's
whatever?
like bumblebee soccer, bro.
Yeah, because they're
Straight
4
up.
and 5 years
around.
old. Yeah, and it's just, and then it.
Yeah, so
like,
that's like at the point where I'm at. Like I can remember when Jazzy was playing shit like that, dude,
right.
and just to see the progression from there to now.
Yeah, I can imagine
because she's playing U15,
right, and she's only 13.
But dude, I'm telling you, it's literally that age where the girls are becoming women.
Yeah,
and things are changing for them.
Yeah,
and they're learning shit, and they're going through shit.
Yeah.
And I guess the soccer place is a good place to take it out on.
Yeah.
Because it gets good.
I've heard, like especially high school traveling women's soccer.
Yeah.
Or girls soccer,
but
I guess. It gets, like, violent.
It's not only that, but it's more of there's definitely violence at times, but you can also see,
aggression is welcome.
You can also see the passion in it.
Right.
Like, which is dope as shit. And that's what I like about it. Like, you can see just the intensity, like the hard-ass tackles. Like, yeah, are you going to hurt somebody? Yeah, but was it a legal tackle? Yeah, that just means they're playing a little bit harder.
Right.
So it's dope to see that progression, and, like, this season's going to be dope for Jazzy.
That's crazy because that's 9 years away for me.
Yeah. And I'm telling you right now, like, I hope Harper stays in it. And like what you guys are doing is awesome. Just like trying to motivate her and everything. Yeah. Like with Jazzy, we didn't force it. With Caden, we didn't force it. He didn't like it or anything. Yeah. Jazzy stuck with it, and I'm just in the back of my head like, yes.
Right.
Yes.
Yeah, she's always loved soccer. I just shared something on Facebook that was from 2 years ago when she was first starting to walk. And it was her kicking around a soccer ball. And the caption was like, we have a little soccer player on our hands. Because she always loved soccer, just played soccer too. And then, like I reshared it. And I was like, her first game's this week, which was crazy. But, it's cool, man, to see her grow and get out of her comfort zone a little bit. Like,
I like that.
We'll let her think she scored for sure. I mean,
why not?
Tell everybody you
tell
scored.
The world.
Yeah, for sure. Because it's interesting. It's like I'm doing the opposite of what a parent usually does. Usually somebody that has a pet will make this comparison. But since I had a puppy before this, one thing I learned from, like, before I had a kid, obviously, was a lot of people said, like, when they're playing, like, tug of war and whatever, you have to let them win a lot of the times because they have to build up their confidence as a puppy. Yeah. You know what I mean? So, like...
You didn't just let them win. They just won in general.
Right.
Well, you're a bitch.
Leo can fucking do whatever he wants. So, like... I don't know. I'm just always encouraging. I told her it was so cool because we tell her we're proud of her all the time. We're really encouraging parents. But it was really cool because after her game, they do. I don't know if you remember or if
snacks.
They do snacks, but they do the tunnel thing. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
And they ran through the tunnel, loved it, and she kept running. And then so I snuck up behind her and gave her a big hug, said I'm proud of you or whatever. Or I said, I love you, you did so great, or whatever. And then Jess picked her up, and I, like, looked at her eye to eye, said, baby, I'm so proud of you. And her smile was so big. And, like, I say that all the time. Yeah. And she doesn't fully, like, she does, but she doesn't fully grasp what it is or whatever. But
you felt as though she did then?
What's that?
You felt as though she fully grasped it right there?
Right, because she just overcame something that she was nervous about or whatever. And then now... everybody, her grandparents were there, an aunt was there, both of us were there, and everybody was like, you did so awesome. You know what I mean? So
I did. Cold breezes came through.
Yeah, whatever. It's like 70 degrees out. But it was cool. That's crazy, dude.
Not 70 degrees.
That's crazy. But it's cool that she, like, overcame that, and then I said, I'm proud of you. And it really hit her. Like she
the
was
connection was made.
Yeah,
of what
she
proud
was so
meant.
happy. Yeah.
Yeah.
That was
awesome.
such a cool moment.
That's awesome, man.
That was such a cool moment.
We
got to do some ads, but I got to turn on this TV, bro.
Oh, my gosh. You had one job. One job.
Well,
and you didn't.
Your job is to talk when I step away from the mic.
I did talk.
You said, one job.
Yeah, those are my Squidward.
So you fucking sound like fill some time, dude. I get this set up, dude. Instead of
You're lucky that the swelling has gone down on my mouth from my damn root canal that I had to get done.
Okay.
So I'm glad that I'm finally getting my shit worked on, but dude, it sucks. This is why I don't want to go to the dentist. That's why I hate going to the dentist.
The dentist also said you suck.
They do, and I agree with them. I know.
No, the dentist is saying you suck because you did it to yourself.
Oh, I know. I know I did. I know all of it. It's all facts, Adam.
I know.
Shit.
I know.
Quit pointing out the obvious. But now I'm getting the shit done. The swelling finally went down because I was at work yesterday looking like a fucking chipmunk.
Yeah.
This whole fucking side, dude, just looked like I was pouching some goddamn acorns in the side of it over here.
That's hilarious.
And I'm like, I just want to go home, bro.
We definitely should have recorded yesterday.
Dude,
then.
It was fucking horrible.
Super late. I was up till like 4 a.m, no big deal.
Nah, it was bad. Like, it finally went down, and I was pissed because, like, out of the peripheral, like, right there at the bottom, right? Yeah. All I could see was just...
Yeah.
I could just fucking see my cheek,
sucks.
dude. And I'm like... It's not too noticeable, and I'm like, all I can see is it.
Right, that's crazy.
Yeah, and I was like, fuck it.
You know what is noticeable though?
This handsomeness
is when we get somebody to sign up for the Patreon.
Yes, it is.
Patreon.com/AbJPodcast.
So make it more noticeable by doing it.
Please, guys, sign up for the Patreon. It's just $1. There's a $2 tier, I think a $3 tier, maybe a $5, $10 tier. I mean,
or a one-time donation.
Yeah,
of $1
one-time
million.
donation. You can do You can do whatever you want, man. You could name your price.
Well, you start high.
You could do
$1 million.
You could do 1,000.
$1 million.
You know, you could do whatever you want. But we would really appreciate it. Patreon.com/AbJPodcast. And if you do the $10 tier, you're automatically a honorary Patreon producer of the show.
Like the following.
Because, we literally couldn't do this without you. And we have no producer here, but we have producers in spirit and on Patreon.
That's right.
That's the only reason that the button gets pushed and all that. Is because you guys are here giving us the motivation.
Keep supporting. We love it.
And those people are Taylor, Tom, Patty Light, Barili, Joel, Sarah, Steve, Anthony, Jeremiah, Twitch.tv/Evil Tony, and the Teacher Dummy Podcast.
Boom!
We appreciate all you guys.
Love it. Thank you all.
The Patreon guys, it helps more than you know. I think we need new fucking chairs. We need some stuff.
Help us out. Do it.
Patreon.com/AverJPodcast. And there is one person that actually helps us out every month. Every month. A lot. The most ever, I do believe.
And if my whip wasn't so clean already, I'd go see my boy Nate Collins. But just because I'm not going to see him doesn't mean you can't go see him. Make sure if you're here in sunny Mansfield, Ohio, a little bit cold here today, but check out your boy Nate Collins over there at Spitzer for your new or used vehicle.
Time out. It is 73 degrees. I'm not a fucking liar.
It's cold, dude.
Whatever, dude.
But back to the important stuff. Check out Nate to get your new or used car. Good credit, no credit, bad credit, any credit. He'll hook you up. Not only with the whip, he gonna make sure that whip's fresh, clean, all the time, anytime. Stunting like your daddy. Free car washes for the lifetime of the vehicle.
Now, this is such a good deal, man, but I need to know how to do it. How do I get this deal?
You know how?
How?
You got to make sure that you hit up Nate.
Okay, but like how? Like
there's
pigeon? Do I send a pigeon?
You could.
Is this Hogwarts? Do I send
pigeon
an owl?
Courier?
Pigeon?
Call or
that's
text.
A nice word, bro. Good
you
job.
like that one? Got it.
Right.
I'm using big words
all right,
today.
Highbrow, dog. All right, cool.
But call or text our boy Nate at 419-961-4581. One more time, get your phone ready, get your phone out, hit that dial pad. 419-961-4581. Nate Collins, hit him up.
Do it. Pow. Appreciate everybody. You
Yes,
guys
sir.
are so great. Socrates, dude. Actually, so what, dude?
I was waiting. What else is so great? Because then you had a little fucking evil Dr. Evil chuckle afterwards.
Well, because I said so great, and then I said Socrates, because me and Steve last night. I don't know if you've ever seen this. Have you ever seen Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure?
I don't know if I have or
not. Oh man, it's a classic. It's from I think '89 or maybe 1990, somewhere around there.
Okay.
And it's young Keanu Reeves, who's like a ditzy dude. Like he's like a stoner character, but like there's like that kind of vibe.
Yeah.
But yeah, dude, it's such a good movie, and we watched it last night. But essentially, if you don't know, they have to do a history report. There's a whole backstory. Blah, blah, blah. But basically, they have to pass this history report.
Okay.
Right? And they don't have enough time, but they get essentially a time machine type thing, blah, blah, blah. So they go back in time and get people from time periods for their history report. So Socrates was Socrates, because they're idiots. So they call them Socrates. There's Beethoven.
Beethoven.
Yeah. I forget who else. They did Napoleon Bonaparte, Joan of Arc, Abraham Lincoln, and Billy the Kid. And
nice.
they go back to these time periods, and they're idiots, and they're like, hey, man, like Cali guys, basically. And they're like, Billy the Kid, like, come with us, like, or whatever.
Hey, we
and
need you.
Yeah, like for that one, they gamble with him, and then they get into a bar fight, and they're idiots standing around, and then, they Billy the Kid runs out with them and they get in their time machine,
nice.
you know, like whatever. But it's a good ass movie. But
that's hilarious.
It was awesome.
That's hilarious.
It's a very white person movie. Steve had mixed reviews, I believe.
I bet.
He said it was good, but, you know, obviously it's, I mean, damn, that's what, 33 years ago now?
It's a while, yeah.
Yeah, that's like how old you are, dude.
Yeah,
that's
dude.
Old, dude.
Shut up.
That's old as shit,
Shut
dude.
up. It's 32. I'm 33.
Oh,
I'm still
bro.
older than that movie.
I don't know, bro.
Well,
I think it was in 89, dude.
I was born in 88, bitch.
Well,
Still older.
the movie takes place in 88, but it was released in 89, so who's...
No, we're talking about release dates, so shut up.
Who's the bitch?
Shut up.
But they really
I'm
filmed
still
it in
older than
88,
it.
dude.
I'm still older than it.
They
You
filmed
want
it
to know
in
how
88,
else I'm
bro.
older than it?
What?
Because I think I'm about to make an adult decision.
This could be bad.
I think I'm going to get a bike, dude.
A motorcycle bike.
Yep.
Okay, now you've been talking about this for a little while.
I have.
Okay. Now what kind of bike are you talking about here?
So my buddy, and I'm probably mispronouncing the shit out of this because I can't, you know.
Do not say Hayabusa.
It's not Hayabusa, but it starts. It's a.
You are not
is
ready
it a
for that.
Hayasong. Hayusong.
I don't know.
I don't know. See, look, I'm bad with words. You want to sit there and try shit, but my buddy's got a picture of his.
I don't
What
recognize
is it
that
called?
company at all.
But it's dope. Look at that.
Okay. All right. Yeah.
So
looks
that's
good.
that's the kind of type I want. So
You want to crotch rocket?
yeah, I really do.
I don't know, man. I've literally never heard of this company, Hayasong. Yeah, I've never.
Yeah, see, it sounded better when you pronounced it.
I don't. We'll have to look that up and stuff. But okay, how big is that? Do you know?
It's a 250.
Okay.
And me and him are about like same height, same build. I mean,
Right.
he's probably more, buffer than I am.
Has he told you a max speed on it?
He said they're quick.
They're quick because they're lightweight. A 250 will probably max out at about 60, which maybe 65, which sounds okay, but you're really probably maxing out. You're like starting to redline, get up there at like 45, 50.
See, I don't know anything about that yet.
Yeah.
I haven't gone that far in depth, but I'm at the point now where I'm about to get with him and see if I can just like test drive it.
It's very hard for me to tell you to get on that bike for the first time, because those bikes are the bikes that you'll get hurt on.
Yeah.
Those are the hard bikes to ride because they are fast. With those, you got to keep in mind you never turn your handlebars.
Yeah. Oh, I know.
So you have to. Have you ever leaned into a turn?
Yeah. Not like that, but that's what I'm saying. I'm not going to get some shit until I've learned how to drive some shit.
Yeah, but learn on not that though. That's my point. Well, maybe it's a 250. I guess maybe.
Yeah.
But
I stood next to it and everything. It doesn't look like it'd be like huge on me or anything. It looks like it'd be a good size for me.
It's that's the smallest bike you can have.
Yeah, but I think it now I have an opportunity and I know somebody that has one that size, that bike right there that I showed you.
Yeah.
And is going to provide me with an opportunity to.
How much is he asking? Do you mind saying?
We'll go over that later.
Okay. Because.
How'd you even know I was telling him that one was for sale? Maybe I was just telling him to send me pictures.
Well, you said you might get a bike, and you said my buddy has one, which.
Right. Well, which is you stopped me, which is where I got the idea, and that's where I've got like the size comparison and stuff of like my information. But no, I was even talking to Danielle about it, and she was telling me about somebody that she knew that possibly had one, and I was like, okay, now it's kind of getting real. Like Danielle is for it; she's cool with it. She even like brought me back information about one, and I'm like,
my thing about a 250, and just because I've been riding dirt bikes since I was 8 or 9. And I've had a street bike since I was 18. The problem with a 250 that you'll find is you're going to have a lot of fun for a little while, and then it's not going to be enough. Mm-hmm. You're not going to have, even if I don't drive ridiculously, my bike's a 1600.
Yeah.
It's massive. But with a 250, even if you're not gonna go 100, like obviously don't do that.
Yeah.
But even if you're not planning on going super fast, you want to feel the power a little bit.
Oh yeah.
Because I'm gonna tell you that 250 is gonna feel like a souped up scooter. It's not gonna feel like a motorcycle. It's gonna feel like a small, light, glorified scooter moped.
Well, that's the
type
nice thing about it, though. I'll be able to try it out and see.
Sure, but I mean you can, but
We'll
you're
find
gonna.
out.
I'm saying you're gonna get bored with it within a month. I'm telling you, you're gonna still like it, but you're gonna be like, man, I wish there was a little bit more.
Well, I don't know. Depends on how. You don't even know what I want to. I just want to get a bike to have a bike.
I know bikes, dude. I know how a 250 feels.
Plus, I'm gonna have a fucking 7-year-old, soon to be 8-year-old on it with me.
I wouldn't do that.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
I mean, once I get my license and shit, and
I
get
guess.
used
Well,
to it and everything,
you gotta. You might be able to get your license on one of those, but the hard part about getting your license is you have to control the clutch enough to where it's idling and going, and you're still steering without putting your feet on the ground.
Yeah.
It takes a long time to find that balance, to go that slow.
Well, that's what I'm saying. So I'm not gonna use it for like me to just go out and fucking race park Ave on.
No, I know you won't.
Work.
And I know you won't. But you're gonna be hitting 40 or whatever going down the road, and you're gonna be like, man, there's like not much left of this. Like there's not much more. So like we could talk about it, and I'm down for you getting a bike or whatever, but probably whatever he's asking, we can find a 500 or a 600 that's not going to put you on your ass or anything, and it's going to be enough to be a good starter bike that you'll love for a year or two.
Oh, yeah, we'll see.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I would stay away from 250s and 350s, to be honest.
Oh, that's what I'm saying. I don't know anything about a bike yet.
Yeah.
I'm just saying this is...
Crotch rockets are tough, too, because...
But this is going to give me the opportunity
Yeah.
to actually ride on it.
Yeah.
And then once I learn how to ride on it, you can trust me, and then we can get ears out of the fucking garage, and I can be like, well, maybe I can try this one. Let me see if I like this style of a bike.
My bike, you've sat on it. My bike's going to be way more comfortable.
I haven't drove it.
Well, you probably won't.
I want to.
But my bike is going to be easier to manage, easier to handle, but it's a lot heavier.
Yeah.
Like, my bike is probably 3 times heavier than that bike.
No, I want a crotch rocket, though.
Yeah.
I really do want a crotch rocket.
Well, my first crotch rocket
Ride
was
with the wifey, ride with the kiddo.
It looked exactly like that, basically. It was a 636. It was a 2000.
I'm going to get a Ninja.
That's what it was. It was a Ninja
That's
636.
I'm going to get a fast one.
And
super bike.
yeah, that's the bike I went 160 on.
Yeah,
and I don't recommend it.
Fuck that.
But yeah, I mean, yeah, we could find you something for sure.
No, like even if I got a bike, dude, I wouldn't even want to really drive it on the highway.
No, I don't drive mine on the highway either. I'm telling you, like
I would be taking back ways to Columbus, bro.
Yeah.
If I went to Columbus or anything with it, like
it's
just
very,
even being in a car and seeing bikes on it like scares the shit out of me in a car. So I know even if I got it, like trust me, dude. And Danielle's dad's been in a motorcycle accident, so I wouldn't be one of those.
Yeah, no doubt.
Yeah.
No, it's very hard to describe to somebody that's not familiar with bikes or
at all. Yeah,
that you're gonna want more power, whether you use it or not. It's even if you just like just that a little bit and feel it for a second. Yeah. That's not gonna have it. You're gonna be at 40 and it's gonna go. And you're gonna be like like it's you're gonna feel stuck. You're gonna be like, I just want like a little more. Like
we'll see.
I'm telling you.
I know.
But
we'll see.
But let me help you out with it. We'll get you set up right. But we can get you a good. There's enduros too, which are dope. That's a little different. I mean,
like I said, I haven't gone that far into it yet. But it's gotten to the point where I've looked up what I need to do to get my license. I've looked up the regulations. I've looked up, you know what I'm saying? Like I've looked up all of that shit. So I'm like, okay, I've known we've talked about it before, and I knew you were going to say that. And I said, but it's gone a little bit further now. Yeah. And that's one of the things where I'm like, okay, I think I'm about to make an adult decision. Because I also flipped this. Remember how I told you I was doing that $1 and then $2 and then $3? Right. So I started this month, and I'm like, okay, $2, $4, $6
every day, right?
Yeah,
putting it
every
into
day.
the piggy bank or whatever.
Yeah, so it's like doubling the day essentially.
Right.
But I just flipped it right to Danielle, and I was like, I think I'm just gonna make this my bike fund.
There you go.
And she's like, okay.
Well,
Because it's usually our like vacation fund. That's what we used it for last time.
right.
But when I was just like, I'll just see, right?
See what she says.
Yeah, see what she says. And she was for it, and I was like,
Yeah.
okay,
Now-
bet. Because the first month, bro, was $500.
Right. Dude, I can't save fucking $10.
But that's what I'm saying. Like, if I can do that, and
Yeah.
I look into all the stuff for a bike, I was like, I can get a pretty fucking decent bike. But
Yeah.
that's why I like knowing that I have connections
So-
now and people that know about bikes, and now I have somebody that has a bike to where I can be
Right.
like, and he's all, like willing to let me be like, yeah, you can utilize this to like
I
learn
would
on
definitely,
it.
you can definitely learn on that bike. That would be
Yeah.
a good bike to learn on. I would not make that your first bike, though.
Oh no, I'm not saying that it will be either.
Yeah.
I'm not committed to any.
That's a
getting
fine
to any
bike to learn
But that's
on.
the thing. Like I'm like, okay, now I have the opportunity that
Right.
somebody's providing me to be like, okay, yeah,
Right.
you can test my bike out. Like I'm like,
Right.
okay, cool, because I've never been on a motorcycle. Like
Right.
I've never driven
Well-
a motorcycle. I've driven a dirt bike. I've driven
Right.
BMX bikes. You know what I'm saying? But I've never driven a motorcycle.
Right.
So at least I don't have to make all those commitments and put my money down to buy a bike to try it
Right.
out and everything like that. Like I can see like, okay, is this thing for me or not? Like
Right. Well, let me say this too, because obviously I don't know how much he's asking for that, but that, or if he's selling that or whatever. But we'll just use that bike as an example.
Mhm.
I don't know. I don't want to guess on a price, but that's a newer bike. It looks like within the last couple years, most likely, maybe
I think it's older.
5
actually.
years, something like that. Okay, well, it looks good, but my bike is an 06, right? Or maybe it's an 05, 04. Damn, I don't remember.
One
now.
of them.
But it's older, right? And it's a 1600. Obviously, you don't want that bike to start out with, right? But
Right.
that bike, you've heard that bike, you've seen it. It's a dope ass bike, right?
Mm-hmm.
I paid $4,000 for that bike.
Okay.
So we can get you
Alright.
something
That one
dope.
looks dope as shit too.
Yeah,
Because at first I've seen his bike before, right? And
Yeah.
that was the first one that he sent me in the group that he sent me.
right,
I said, "Bro, was that first pick yours?"
right.
It's like I haven't seen yours at night.
But see, like, and it does look dope. But
Yeah.
don't.
I know.
But like, you can get that kit for $50.
Oh, yeah.
So,
No, I know.
but yeah, like we can definitely get you set up with something. Like, you can get newer like 250s, 350s for right around that range that I was talking about, like brand new.
Mm-hmm.
They're smaller, but you can get. I would recommend a 500 or 600, one with a little less torque and stuff and whatever. But you could get probably a used one a little bit around
Yeah.
that price too. Yeah, we could definitely look at some stuff. We can figure some stuff
Yeah,
out.
but I think I'm at that point now where I'm like, all right, I'm about to get with him,
Yeah,
test it out, see how I feel about it, and then I think I'm about to start making some fucking moves, bro.
right. Well, you got to think too, which this is with any vehicle that a lot of people don't think about. Again, we're using that bike as an example,
Right.
Not necessarily that you're getting it or whatever, but like that, like a Hayasung or whatever. I don't know who the fuck sells Hayasung parts.
Right,
So if anything happens, I
Well,
don't
yeah,
know
no,
a
no.
dealership that works on those.
right.
So you got to factor that into
Oh, yeah.
the brand of bike, how expensive each thing is.
Oh, no, I know.
Um,
I know. Like I said, I'm not even down that road yet.
Right.
But now I'm like,
right.
I'm focusing on the steps. I'm like, shit,
Right.
these steps are getting
You want to know if
closer and closer to the point where I'm like, all right, Adam, let's go check out some fucking bikes,
Right.
bro.
yeah, we can definitely.
You know what I'm
You-
saying?
you
Like,
know what's funny,
yeah, like
though?
right now is not the point where I'm like, all right, yeah, I'm getting that one. I'm getting that one.
Now is honestly not a great. I mean, it would be a good time to buy, but then you're only going to ride for a month and then be
Oh
depressed.
yeah.
But
No. But even if I could get that shit like all set up to where like okay,
Right.
because I got my garage.
yeah.
I
You
don't.
want
put
to know a
anything in
fun
there.
fact though? So I've been riding street bikes since I was 18. So that's going on 13 years now.
Mhm.
I've never had my license. I've had a permit about 3 times and let it expire all the time. I haven't had a permit in 5 years. Yep.
Riding dirty, son.
I just drive.
Riding dirty.
The plate. Well, my logic, which this isn't good logic, but my logic is they can't pull you over unless, you know,
You're doing something.
you're doing something, right? And I don't do shit anymore, especially on that bike. I just fucking cruise. So there's that. When you have your license, you have to, this was the old rule. I'm sure it's still the same. I'm not sure. In Ohio, when you have your license, you have to wear your helmet for the first year. And then after that, you don't have to wear your helmet. Mm-hmm. If you have a permit, you have to wear a helmet. But they cannot pull you over being
for
like
not wearing a helmet.
Yeah, being like, I bet that guy doesn't have a license. I can't do that unless I'm doing something wrong.
Right.
So I'm never driving, you know, crazy or anything. My plates are always in or whatever. You have literally no reason to pull me over.
Yeah.
So
why get a license?
yeah, I mean,
bad logic, but I feel you.
bad logic, absolutely. I'm not condoning this.
Yeah, I feel you.
But
it's smart logic.
But I've always had bigger bikes too. So that test, like that I was talking about, getting your license, I like physically and literally could not do that with my bike. It won't turn that sharp that in that small of ranges.
Right.
You do need a smaller bike like that. So I've always had a bigger bike, and I've never had a buddy with.
But it's just like I don't have to go and renew my driving test each year with a motorcycle, do I? It's like just one of those. I just renew my license.
Yeah.
I don't have to go through the fucking test each time.
No.
So it's just like a one and done.
Right.
Unless I lose the shit.
Right. But I've never had a smaller bike on hand because they have to be a street legal bike or a scooter or anything. So I've never been able to go take the test. My bikes have been too big to do it, and I've never been able to have a bike to go do it. So I've just like never had a license for my motorcycle.
I feel you.
Ever since I got one when I was 18.
Hey.
It's crazy.
It don't kill you. It only makes you stronger type shit
I
there,
guess,
right?
yeah, something like that.
I don't know.
Man, we could definitely
trying to go for that metaphor. I don't know.
We could definitely talk about motorbikes all night.
Oh, yeah, it's about to happen. I don't know.
Well, let me know. Yeah, you definitely got to get some details from you about like what you're looking for. If you have
crotch rocket.
Right, but okay. Have you ever seen enduros? Enduros are dope.
I think I have.
They're different, and I'm not saying
and something that'd be comfortable for two people because it'd probably be me and Danielle or me and Little Man. I don't think Jazzy would ride with me.
Yeah, well, an enduro would be. An enduro is essentially a souped-up dirt bike that's street legal. But it's got the fatter tires and everything. Dude, they're fucking dope, and they're fun as fuck. And they won't have some of them will, but they won't have the, like, kick you off power. Like if you dump the clutch too much, a crotch rocket, you're doing a wheelie and you're coming off of it if you dump the clutch too quickly.
Okay.
So that's why I'm saying, like, that's a bad one, because my bike is so heavy, I can dump the clutch, it's not going to throw me off.
Right.
So that's why you got to try to find a balance.
So 250 is the weight?
250. No.
I know it's like the class, right? It's like a
250 cc.
Yeah, it's like the class, right?
Basically, yeah.
But that just means like a lighter weight.
It's a smaller engine. It's I don't remember what cc is. It's cubic. It's like the size of the engine.
I'm not looking into that. But like the higher the cc, the heavier the bike usually, right?
Well, it's the heavier the engine, which generally means the heavier the bike.
I got you.
So that one's a 250. Mine's a 1600. That's what, 6 times that bike?
Yeah. I got you.
But mine's heavy and it's a little wider. It's not going to dump me off. You know what I mean? The difficulty, like if you master a crotch rocket, you could ride my bike easily. The only problem is when you're going slow, it's very heavy. So you have to be able to maneuver it.
Balance it.
Yeah. That's the only difficult part in taking off.
Well, because I remember when I leaned it off the kickstand a little bit, I was like, oh, shit.
Yeah.
It's like, let me put that right back on.
Right. But yeah, we can definitely get you fucking suited up for a...
I'm about to.
For a bike, man.
I'm about to. I really am. I think so.
Do you have a color preference or anything, or no brand loyalty or anything?
I don't know yet. I don't know. I might just go with the black. I like blue. Blue's my favorite color, but you know.
I'm personally a Honda guy, but Hondas are expensive. Crotch rocket wise, Yamahas are good. Suzuki's are good.
See, because I know I gotta get out of my comfort zone because my gramps worked at GM, so I'm like a Chevy boy, hands down, when it comes to my cars.
So he doesn't like the Japanese stuff.
Yeah, not really.
My dad, actually made that point because my first street bike was the Kawasaki Ninja.
Okay.
And I got it as a graduation gift. And I worked for it and stuff, but they got it for me before my senior year started, so I could ride it to school and shit.
Oh, hell yeah.
Yeah, it's fucking dope.
That's what's up.
But he made that point. He's like, man, I don't like doing this because he doesn't like Kawasaki and he doesn't like Mercedes.
Okay.
Because those were who helped the Japanese people in Pearl Harbor. Kawasaki was, I believe, the planes, and Mercedes was the tanks or something.
Something like that.
Something like that. Yeah, like they had direct involvement because they're Japanese companies.
Right.
So when he bought it, he was like, he made a point to be like, I don't like this. He was joking a little bit, but also nah.
Some seriousness behind it.
Yeah.
This hurt a little bit.
Yeah.
This hurt.
But yeah, there's a lot of options, man. We can, if we talk budget, I can send you 10 good options today.
Yeah.
Are you trying to look for on the newer end or okay with used? I wouldn't go like an 05, 06 like mine. That's a little too old at this point.
Dude, I'm perfectly fine with used as long as it's good and good condition, everything like that. I'm perfectly fine with used. And I think with the route that I'm going, I think it would be best to go used. I don't want to break in a new fucking motorcycle.
Right. Well, that's why people get those kind of bikes. Yeah. Because they're like, this is brand new, and it's only $3-4 grand, whatever it is usually. And they're like, or I could get a 2015 that has so many miles, and they're like, I want the brand new shit. And it's like, they're tricking you, dude. Yeah. Because you want this other one. This is so cheap because they're smaller bikes or whatever. Yeah. They're not like part of riding is enjoying the ride. You have to enjoy the bike and the road and everything. And with something that small, I'm telling you, you're not gonna feel as much love as you want.
I got you.
You know what I mean? I trust me.
I feel you.
Trust me.
I feel you. You going down the road like I'm buying that one tomorrow?
No, I know. I'm just saying.
I feel you.
I would. I can. It's just, okay, we can.
I feel you. I'm just saying. Focus on the steps.
Look,
son.
bro. You said I'm about to buy a bike, and I
said I think I'm about to make an adult decision and actually go with buying, purchasing a bike down the road.
Sure. Yeah, that's what I just said.
Down the road.
And I saw red like a bull, and you're a fucking matador, and I'm trying to.
No, you just jump to conclusions and shit.
Call me the bitch.
Okay, bitch.
Damn it.
Got it.
I think that's it, guys. I think
end on that note.
Yeah, we will. That's depressing. We appreciate you guys. As always, guys, if you made it this far, please subscribe. There's at least 60% of you don't subscribe, I believe.
So click that button.
Please subscribe. Like the video. If you're watching on Patreon right now, we appreciate you, but hit that YouTube link because I don't think we get credit if you watch it on Patreon. So hit YouTube. Check out Spotify, like BJ said. Shout out to the whole Off the Tongue podcast network.
Yes, sir.
Teach a Dummy, Greener Grass podcast, Skate Mansfield.
And your boys.
Your boys. That's exactly what I was going to say, too. I like it. Subscribe, merch, whatever. I don't know. Stuff.
Check us out. Do it. And until next week. Peace.